My beginner training wheels are off and I'm at the point in my running journey where I can now give my first shoe review. The Saucony Endorphin Speed 3. Right off the bat, is it as good as they say it is? If you are interested in this shoe, I think it's worth the investment. It's durable, it's comfortable, and it's effective. But what's the catch? Let's talk about it. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a fresh brew review where I give you my thoughts and experiences with something I've used recently and the time it takes to enjoy a fresh brew. Today, I've got some lemon ginger tea as I wind down for the night, but please do enjoy whatever beverage is coming your way, and let's dive into it. After spending nearly $1,000 trying all the major brands to figure out my first daily training running shoe, and thankfully getting refunded $1,000 to some awesome refund policies out there today, I've decided to stick with the Saucony Endorphin Speed 3s as the daily training running shoe for me. Now, for some context about me as a runner before I dive into the specifics of this shoe, as a beginner runner, I am 6 months into the MAF training method, doing a lot of low heart rate, slow pace effort running, and not a lot of speed work, if any at all, and I'll talk about that later. But for my first daily training running shoe, I really wanted something that made me say, holy shit, and really got me excited to put them on and get out the door to go running. I think enjoying a new hobby is one of the most important things to starting a new hobby and making that a habit and creating that success for the long term. For training and for using these shoes, I mostly stick to that 3 or 4 out of 10 effort pace running or below my MAF training heart rate when running, but I will occasionally finish up my runs with just 100 meters strides or sprints to finish up just for fun, or I'll go do an occasional 5K fun run with friends or family whenever that kind of comes up. But I don't necessarily plan to do a lot of speed work with these. However, I will talk shortly about how they have worked for me when doing that. Now, first things first, I am really happy to have made the investment and bought this shoe. I think it has been worth the money that I paid for it. I did get this for 20% off. Saucony sent this shoe to me after I paid them for it, so this wasn't kind of any free sponsorship. They aren't gonna hear any part of this review. They didn't tell me to make this review. I'm just a dude talking about something that I enjoy. That being said, I enjoy these shoes for what they are and how they have helped me build up this hobby of enjoying running to begin with. Now, all of my bias and personal use aside, let's jump into the shoe. For being a Nike fanboy when I first started my running journey, this was the first shoe that actually got me excited to go running and start increasing my weekly mileage. That being said, it's still important to consider aspects like durability, support, and cushioning. I'm not really a guy that nerds out about the specific measurements of shoes, but here's what I can say about this one. It has more cushioning than most shoes, yet weighs less than most as well. It feels light enough where I never notice its weight while wearing them. The Power Run PB foam is a Pebax-based foam, which is the same material as Nike's premium ZoomX foam, which I did really enjoy when using those. Now, out of all the foams in most shoe companies, these are the ones that have helped me feel my best and help my legs recover day after day. I did get to test out the Nike Invincible 1 and 2s for about 30 miles each, and I noticed that this Power Run PB foam felt a lot like that ZoomX foam did, and if anything, this has a little bit less of the kind of trampoline feeling, so these don't necessarily spring you up as much, but they still feel just as generous with recovery and kind of helping your legs feel good the next day after. So +3 for these with cushioning weight in that plush Power Run PB material. When these shoes are under feet, so far I've been on 13-mile long runs with my current training program, and I could have easily kept going. The foam, the shoes themselves, it just doesn't seem to die or get worse as the running goes on. If anything, it feels just as good as mile 1 did, if not maybe a little bit better as you go on in your runs. To me, this shoe just seems to consistently or reliably perform in a comfortable way. That being said, I don't really feel the nylon plate in terms of kind of like that bounce back and that energy return not nearly as much as I would with a carbon fiber plate like in the Nike Vaporflies, but just generally, I don't really feel like I'm getting much spring back with the plate in the shoe. It just seems to be most of the foam and the speed roll technology doing the work with this shoe. If anything, I sometimes feel nylon plate right about there on my runs, and it's not like in a good or bad way. It just is just kind of gently annoying me, like a buzzing fly would when you're in the room. Like it doesn't hurt me, it doesn't bother me at all. It just seems to be a little bit more annoying on some days than others. Now, durability is an important factor to consider as a daily trainer, especially if you're going to have a one shoe or minimal shoe rotation like me. I only have these shoes. I don't really have a running shoe rotation. I retired the Nike Vaporflies just for sentimental value, and I only use these for my runs almost every day of every week now. I am now over 150 miles in these, and they still feel about 97% similar to when they did with mile 1. And that 3% change just equates to being maybe a little bit softer now than when I first got them. I also liked picking the white colorway for these just because I feel like it's one of the better looking ones of this shoe. That's one of the knocks with the shoe. It's just not a physically pleasing or aesthetically pleasing shoe like some other Nike shoes or just other running companies out there. But that being said, I thought it would be a lot dirtier because I've taken this on some suburban trails out there and I've ran in some dirtier conditions, and I thought the upper would be more stained than it was. So props to Saucony for making it somewhat stain resistant. Now a little bit more on performance. For my different paces, when I'm running a little bit faster or when I'm running a little bit slower, on those slower, easy runs, it doesn't really feel like the shoe gets heavy or ever feels heavy or gets in my way when doing the slower paces, but it does feel like it coasts better for my faster paces or when doing strides. It seems like it can pick up and keep up the speed really well, and with speed in the name, I think that's kind of a no-brainer. I also don't feel like the shoe forces me to run faster as well. With my slower MAF paces, it's really quite comfortable and kind of unobtrusive on these lower paces. Most of all, the shoe at any pace, it helps my legs feel and stay fresh even after long runs. So for performance, no negatives for slower paces and potentially only positives for the faster paces. My overall thoughts of the shoe are big thumbs up, and I'd recommend it. It's worked well enough for anything I've used it for, and it is durable enough to make it through it all. I got these on sale for 20% off with a Saucony welcome code, and I think at that price, the value is almost unmatched for another daily trainer versatile shoe out there like this one. The one catch is a feature of Saucony shoes, which is their speed roll technology. I think their speed roll technology is fantastic for any heel striker out there. When I first started, that was me. But as I've progressed and become a better runner, I think I've noticed I heel strike less and now land more on my midfoot to forefoot. When I was more of a beginner and used to heel strike a lot more, I think a big reason why I thought this was my holy shoe was because how good running felt when heel striking with this speed roll technology. I mean, it really just glides you through that camber through, or whatever the word is. It just glides you through each step as you land on that, and you gracefully roll through each step with that speed roll technology in this shoe. Hopefully I got the slow-mo B-roll going on this right now, but with the less cushioning in the forefoot and the speed roll technology made for heel strikers, I think at least, I feel I miss out on what makes this shoe great the more I become a midfoot to forefoot striker. As you can see, I land more on my midfoot to forefoot right there, and I miss out on all that sweet cushioning and kind of just the natural roll of the shoe when you land on your heel. Now, everything considered, everything I've said, if you aren't a heel striker and you aren't really using everything in the shoe, you probably will think this is just a good or okay shoe. Most shoes are nowadays. If you are a heel striker though, you'll probably think this is a great shoe. And if that is you, I highly recommend you at least give this a try. Lots of shoe companies out there, Fleet Feet, you can use the refund policy, and if you don't like it for the first 60 days, you can get a full refund, sending it back to them. If you order online, go into a store, you return it back in store. So give this shoe a try. I think it is worth your money. And there you have it, my people, my first fresh brew review of this running shoe. If you're new here, I promise I don't rhyme that much, but if you liked the content in this video, if you liked my insights about this shoes, just running in general, subscribe for more. I got more videos coming about running, health, wellness, and personal growth. I am a personal trainer at the end of the day, so this is the stuff I'm interested in. This is the stuff I'm doing in my spare time and in my professional time. So subscribe for more content if that is what you are interested in. I hope you found this video helpful and informative, and remember, finding the right running shoe is a personal journey, much like running itself, and what might work for me may not work for everyone. If you enjoyed this view, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below what sort of daily trainer you are rocking with. I am looking for suggestions for something a little bit more on just the max cushion coasting, like just dedicated for that very slow pace running. So if you have any recommendations for that, let me know down in the comments below as well. Remember, if you liked this video and you want to see more content around running, wellness, personal growth, health, you name it, then subscribe for more and you will see me in the next video.